Van Vleck started serving public school students in 1914 and petitioned the state of Texas for recognition as an independent school district in 1938. Today, Van Vleck ISD serves 1,040 students on 4 campuses. The age of our buildings ranges from 43 to 73 years, with an average age of 57 years. E-Rudd Intermediate serves 4th and 5th grade students. Even with constant maintenance, there are some things about the building that cannot be brought up to date without immense, costly renovations. Asbestos, a wooden infrastructure with no fire suppression system, and outdated restrooms with sewer pipes and water lines well over their life expectancy are some main concerns on the E-Rudd campus. Across the district, trying to fix and maintain old buildings is a perpetual activity. The maintenance department has reports of at least one restroom in the district becoming unusable each day due to plumbing issues. At the high school, the entire building is sinking, which has caused pipes to collapse. A bathroom may become unusable, but when maintenance snakes the drain, the snake will bring back mud, either because the cast iron pipes have rusted through or the clay pipes have collapsed. You can only remove and replace gaskets so many times until you have to replace the entire unit, and then matching the old existing plumbing to new parts is hard to do. Flanges are set in concrete and are rusted and deteriorated so badly that replacing them takes a lot of time, manpower, and funds. When the bathrooms are out of order, students are losing class time wandering around the building trying to find a working restroom. Another one of the major problems with the facilities is the age of the roofs. Roofs are replaced as the maintenance and operations budget allows, but there are some roofs nearing 25 years of age. Roofing companies have assessed the jobs that we have, and in some places, the existing membrane is so deteriorated that the patch job may not adhere to the existing roof structure. Heavy winds cause large sections of the elementary roof to lift. The drain pipes that exist on the roof of the elementary school have a 1.5-inch diameter when they should be 4 inches in diameter. When it rains, the existing drains can't accommodate a sudden deluge, and the water has to go somewhere. Water leaks in classrooms are commonplace, and teacher materials and books are damaged and have to be replaced or recreated. All of the leak issues and plumbing issues are the cause of a real safety concern, and that is the air quality in our schools. There are locations in every school where there is a battle between mold and cleaning solutions. At the elementary school, the moisture comes from beneath the floor in areas where there is no existing plumbing. It is likely that there are breaches in the 43-year-old moisture barrier beneath the foundation.
This is my 11th year here in the district, and I can honestly say that we have a very much increased amount of kids with asthma. We have 25% in our district this year that struggle with the asthma and breathing difficulties. And there's not a day that goes by that they do not require nebulizer treatment, inhaler, just to stay in class. So it is a struggle daily with these kids. And I feel that these older buildings that we have contribute to their health needs and their breathing difficulties.
She's been here since kindergarten, and to be honest, she was never bothered with asthma nor allergies. Until probably, kindergarten. She actually has 2 types of inhalers that she uses. She has the regular inhaler and a steroid.
But like in second period, whenever like the air goes off, it's the same with the teacher. Whenever the air goes off, her nose gets stuffy, and that's when mine gets stuffy, and then we both start coughing. It's
what she's ingesting, is what she's breathing. And it's a concern as a parent. It's a concern, and I just want her to breathe good air and while she's learning.
Some of the moisture problems at the elementary school arise from the chiller system that provides the school's air conditioning. The age of this AC system provides no humidity control and no thermostat for individual areas, so what happens is that part of the building is hot while others are freezing. The floors will sweat if the temperature is turned up to alleviate the cold temperatures, and this additional moisture only adds to the existing mold predicament. Additionally, moisture has caused problems with the brick veneer on the exterior of the elementary school. The metal ties which hold the masonry to the building have rusted, and there are places where the bricks are falling off. It has been patched but continues to degrade as there is nothing to kill rust, and the rusty structure supporting the brick facade is failing and is a safety concern. Not only does rain cause moisture problems indoors, but the parking areas, walkways, and remote classrooms suffer from water problems. The turf surrounding the middle school is higher than the building, and significant rain events cause water to run into the building under the doors and through weep holes in the brick. Dirt work and drainage correction have improved the situation over the years, but it is impossible to raise the entire building. On days of heavy rain, ERUD students have to wade to the separate cafeteria. Across the district, the electrical system and fiber optic infrastructure are unable to support the growing technology needs of our students and teachers. As more and more technology has been integrated into our curriculum, electrical drops have been added and plugs run where there was availability. At this point, the electrical system is at its maximum capacity. To retrofit and bring the entire district to code while providing the necessary drops and breaker boxes would be a massive undertaking. In addition to our classroom buildings, there is a long list of deteriorating structures at the football field, the gymnasium auditorium complex, and the ag shop. The field house and locker rooms are desperately outdated and suffer from the same plumbing and roofing woes that troubled the high school. Despite having been replaced, our track is in a terrible state of disrepair and only continues to wash away with each successive rain. Resurfacing would not adhere, and replacement is the best option for our athletes and the public. The football stadium has major safety issues that have been patched, but the underlying rust and decay will only worsen with time.
When we travel to other schools, we realize how inadequate our facilities are, and when we host visiting teams, it's embarrassing.
Also, the concession stand and restrooms need major upgrades. The Ag Shop is home to an award-winning FFA chapter and is recognized around the state for our meat processing facility. However, the building is in dire need of repairs and upgrades. The air conditioning and refrigeration systems have aged and show their wear with visible rust and leaks. The concrete foundation around the freezers is breaking and buckling. Additionally, the electrical system needs major upgrades to assure safety for the increased load of welding machinery and other tools that our ag programs use on a daily basis. An urgent need is for a new ventilation system to accommodate the welding program.
When we're welding in the morning, I don't know, it just gets hard to breathe because we get that smoke buildup and there's not enough ventilation, so it almost gets to where I'm wheezy and I get tired and feel like I'm about to pass out.
Even though it hasn't been too many years since the facade of the gym auditorium complex was added, the original facilities continue to degrade.
We do have an award-winning program. We've been to state twice, 2010, 2015. It's just so tough. I teach the kids the best I can here. We travel, they see fabulous, wonderful facilities. They know what they have to work with. They learn to function, but they get embarrassed. This year we're hosting a one-act play clinic for the first time in February, and the kids are very nervous about people coming here to our old space with our old lighting and our old chairs. I assure them it's going to be okay because our reputation precedes us and people expect that it's going to be fine. But it's just tough when we're dealing with these kind of facilities and they want to be proud of their home and where they're inviting people to. Other than drainage, big rains, we get water in all the time underneath the stage. The humidity is very, very difficult to control, obviously in such an old building. Our seats squeak for every performance. People get ripped on the seats. The arms come off all the time, so the armrests cut people. It's just not a good situation. The maintenance department has tried to keep up with it, but it's just an old building. The back door lets light in. That's where we get our birds. Here above the house, we're covered with asbestos tiles, so that's definitely a safety concern. In my classroom, they had to put down tile just over the top of the old asbestos tile, and because, removing that would make the dust. Speaking of my classroom, I have anywhere from 130 to 150 students each year crossing the street to get to my classroom. That's every day, 150 kids across the street. When it's raining, if it's sprinkling, we come on over. When it's cold, we come on over. If it's a pour down, we obviously have to try to find somewhere else in the high school, but that puts someone else out of their place. Or we have to take the library, and then that's not able to function as it should. So traveling across the street is a major concern.
The old original locker room that serves the visiting team was built in the 1950s, and its age shows.
I'm tired of people saying, oh, well, it's Van Vleck when the roof leaks or the bathroom is out of order. It would be nice to go to a school where we can be proud.
Van Vleck ISD's buildings were not constructed in a time when school safety was a concern. In this day and age, schools need to be concerned about an intruder. The elementary school has 15 doors that open to the exterior. Each one of these could potentially serve as an entry point. The inside of the elementary was designed when an open concept school was fashionable. But the classrooms do not have doors on them, so there is no protection for our students inside the elementary school if there were an intruder. Instruction in an open concept building is difficult, since you can hear everything from the other classrooms.
Sometimes it's hard to do my work because I can hear the other classrooms.
Since the high school was built almost 60 years ago, our science labs are not advanced enough to support today's scientific knowledge and properly introduce current concepts. Because students at high school double up on sciences, there are about 350 students enrolled in a wide selection of science courses. The teachers share 2 lab spaces, which are inadequate for the number of students and subjects. The middle school has 1 actual science lab, and the other lab space is just tables and chairs. Many of the components, such as gas lines and emergency showers, do not function as they should due to age. The high school is sinking and needs major foundation repairs. Besides the bathrooms, this is evident throughout the building in visible cracks on both the inside and outside in both walls and floors. Over the years, Van Vleck ISD has been recognized with a multitude of awards at many levels. We remain a desirable school district in our county for many reasons, but our facilities are not one of those reasons.
I want to be proud to say I am from Van Vleck.
We are proud to be Vleck